All right. Thank you very much, Andeli. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mohammed Suleiman, and I'll be driving this session this evening. Okay. So, first things first, I'd love to know where you are joining us from. I'm joining in from Lagos, Nigeria. So, I'd love to know where you are joining us from. So, type it in the chat box. So I'm joining in from Lagos. So let me know where you're joining us from. Are you joining from Abuja, Kaduna, the UK, Canada? Let me know where you are joining us from. Okay, I can see Abuja, I can see Benin. Okay, um, Abuja, fantastic. So it's like the Abuja people are the owners of tonight's session. Okay, so where are others? Where are others? Where are my people from Kwara State, Ilorin? Where are my people from Port Harcourt? So type it in the chat. I would love to know where you are joining from. I'd love to know where you're joining from. Okay, Lagos, Ibikunle, you are welcome. All right. So I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, Port Harcourt, Okereke, fantastic. Ibadan, IBCT, Samuel. Good to have each and every one of you here. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. We'll get right into it because tonight we're going to be building something fantastic. Okay, as you can see, the title of who can tell me what the title of this session tonight is? Because tonight we would build something that, as a professional, you you will find very insightful in your journey. Okay, so let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. You can give a thumbs up. So you can give a thumbs up so that I know. Okay, fantastic one. All right, that's more like it. Okay, so today we'll look at how you can use AI in your CV screening and recruitment pipeline. Okay, but to make the whole thing make sense, we need a backstory. But if you're here and you work in operations, you work in HR, recruitment, you're looking at positioning or repositioning yourself career wise, you are in the right session. Okay, you are in the right session. And for so many people, you would agree with me that the cost of living has risen. So you need to start looking at alternate ways of generating income for yourself, um, without necessarily working harder. Without necessarily working harder. You understand? And it's not as if you are lazy. Okay, the cost of living has just grown so much so that the same amount of money you've been using to survive in the past, okay, it's no longer enough. So now more than ever you need to diversify. So your salary is not enough anymore. um you know Bills are still coming in without smiling, and um your boss always tells you that, look, just work hard, you get a promotion next quarter or next year, depending on your tenure structure at your workplace, and it never really comes. Okay, so sorry about that. And if you live in Lagos, for example, you may be able to relate with this. If you don't wake up 4:30 a.m., it means you're not going to work that day, or you'd arrive very late at work. So even if the work is meant to be 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or 8 to 5, you end up spending 4:30 a.m. down to most of the time 9 p.m. before you get back home, and the cycle repeats every single day. Okay. So how do you break out from this? Because right now, even that job you are doing is at risk. At risk of what? AI. And when we say AI replacing people, it is not an artificial intelligence that will grow legs and hands and actually replace them. It is people like you, that's your colleague sitting beside you at work that knows how to use AI better than you, that will replace you. Or even people from outside in some cases. Okay. I see so many people complain, they say, "Ah, this you see these Gen Zs, they just employ them into into the organization, and the pay that we hear that they are earning is crazy. Why? It's because they know how to use AI. Okay, and AI is not limited to a specific age group. Okay, so the reason we are here tonight is because we want to see in action how can you apply that AI, okay, and break into a new gear of your career. Okay, so now a little bit about us here at Tenalytics Business. A little bit about us here at Tenalytics Business. Tenalytics Business is an edtech, and what we do is to help Africans upskill and get into the tech space. And over the last half a decade, we've helped nearly 4,000 plus get jobs across the globe. Work remotely for organizations in the US, Canada, and even back home in Nigeria. And our tracks, which we help people across, covers data analytics, data science, AI automation, um, AI for data analytics, AI software engineering, AI video creation, and so much more. But today we would zoom into the AI automation, and you see exactly how it works. A little bit about myself. My name is Mohammed Suleiman, like I mentioned earlier, and to simply put, I wear many hats. Okay, I'm a data analyst, data scientist, AI automation engineer, AI specialist, tech mentor. Um, I'm a founder as well. All right, and I've been able to rack up quite a number of years of experience in the space. Okay, all right. So, all right. So that's a little bit about myself. So tonight, like I said, we'll be scaling um, recruitment automation in a way that so you want to help the HR department, okay? You want to help them automate their CV screening such that they are able to screen so many CVs, at a go. Okay, so how can you screen, 1,000 CVs in less time than an actual human being will screen 30 CVs? Okay, so the management has, you know, decided that what, we want to open application, and the application we need at least 1,000 candidates to apply to these jobs, because we believe that when we have many people when we have many people apply for the role, we are more likely to get the best talent rather than limiting it to just 30 people. Are you with me? So, and for this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare for um the HR department. Okay, so imagine 1,000 applications. When are you going to sit down and look through 1,000 CVs? I mean, if I even give you 15 CVs to look at today, once you look at five CVs, you are you're already looking at it that, will I do this? for how many, I mean, how many times am I going to be doing this? So, but imagine you are that person who knows how to use AI, and your your HR remembers that, oh, there was this young man or young lady that said that. Don't give me a second. There's this young man or young lady that said that um we can automate these things, okay? Or I designed something like this before, and then they come back to you and say, can you help me build this? Okay, can you help me build this? All right. So um now what you want to build is not necessarily to replace the HR, but to help them reduce the amount of work that they need to do. All right, the amount of work that they need to do. So this is the blueprint of what we're going to be building tonight, and I want you guys to listen in very attentively. Okay, I want you to listen in very attentively. So give me a thumbs up if you are still with me. Give me a thumbs up if you are still with me. Okay? And then just so you know, you can see the slides that I'm currently using. I'll be also I'll be sharing it with a set of people tonight, and those people are those who will fill out the attendance form. So if you are here, please do all to fill out the attendance form. The link is in the chat box. Okay, the link is in the chat box. So ensure to fill out the attendance form. Once you're done filling it out, type down in the chat. Okay, type down in the chat so that I know that you have filled it out, and you'll be one of the people who'll be getting not just my slides, but you'd also get the recording of this session so that you can create this automation yourself. Look, you don't need any coding background to be able to do what we're going to be doing tonight. And everything that you'll be needing, I've already put all of them together, and including this recording, I'll send them to your mail. Just those who fill out their attendance form and type down in the chat. So you can sit back, relax. You don't need to do it right now alongside myself. All you need to do is just to concentrate, follow along, and then once you get the recording into your email, you can then replicate. And guys, I would love to see exactly what you are able to build after this session. You get the recording. Okay, ensure to tag 10 Analytics Business in LinkedIn. Post what you created on LinkedIn. Post what you created on LinkedIn, and tag Analytics Business so that you are able to we are able to see it and comment on it as well. Okay, so I'm just going to breeze through this part. All these parts is meant to be practical, but in the slide I've explained how this automation works. You see this blueprint here. So we're going to create it in such that once the applicant fills the form, okay, the automation would wake up and start working. Okay, so it is going to store the CV in a storage on a drive, and then it will start to look into the content of the CV to summarize everything, and it would also extract relevant information like phone number and all of those things, and then um, it will then evaluate the skills of the applicant, to evaluate the skills of the to evaluate the skill of the applicants. Okay, to evaluate the skill of the applicants. Guys, are you with me? Are you with me? Confirm you're still with me. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Are you with me? All right, fantastic. So, um, so this is the HR evaluator. Then, the evaluator is going to score the CV on a scale of 1 to 100. Okay, to score the CV on a scale of 1 to 100. Okay, um, and that's pretty much it. So what we're going to build would look something like this. Okay, it's going to look something like this. Okay, so let's head over and build it from scratch right now. All right. So So we are going to go to, let's head over to, okay, let's head over to Google Chrome right now. Let's head over to Google Chrome. Okay, let's head over to Google Chrome. All right. So this is another document. Don't worry. I will tell you what this document is for. Okay. And this document is going to be part of the resources I'll be sharing with you. And while you are building, we're just going to come here, copy and paste, copy and paste. That's all. Okay. So now, for you to create an automation, you need a software called Anything. Thankfully, you don't have to install it to use. You just search n8n .io on your you just search n8n.io on your Chrome browser, okay, and you see n8n.io. The very first result, you click on it, and that will take you to N8N, and you can simply click on get started. Okay, you can simply click on get started. I'm just going to click on accept. I can click get started for free. So once you click get started for free, or if you have an account, you can sign in. Or if you don't have an account, you have to click on get started for free. And from there, it is straightforward. In fact, you can do that tonight so that by the time you get the recording, you've gone past this, and then you just start creating. Okay. So once you click on get started, if it's the first time you are, you know, getting here, you need to register, you type your name, your email, all those things, answer a few questions. Okay, I can see people typing down in the chat. Fantastic. So remember, only those who fill out the attendance form will actually get um will actually get uh the will actually get the recording. Okay, so like I was saying, once you have once you click on get started, it asks you a few questions. Just sign up and you will be here. So once you're here, all you need to do is to click on the left icon that says plus and click on new workflow. So what we want to build is called a workflow. Okay, workflow. Are we together, guys? Are we together? Okay, so what we want to build is called a workflow. So I'll click on add first step. So when you click on add first step, what's the first step in any workflow is called a trigger. Trigger is a step that starts your workflow. You can see anything is even telling you that, look, a trigger is a step that starts your workflow. Just like a gun has a trigger. If you don't pull the trigger, the gun will just be sitting there. As dangerous as it can be, the gun will just be sitting there useless. So a trigger has to be set up so that your workflow can work. What is going to be our trigger? We want that we don't want to stress ourselves. So we want that once the applicant fills the form, the workflow it starts. So I'll say form. I'll just type form here. Let's look for form. So I'll say N8N form. So N8N form, and I'll click on new N8N form submission. So when anybody submits a response, okay, the workflow is triggered. So I'll click on that. Now, here I have to I have to now set up the form. Okay, what is the form title? I can say apply here. Apply here. Form subscription form description. I can say submit to apply to the role. Submit to apply to the role. Okay, and then I can now start adding form elements like name, email, upload your CV and so on. Anything, you can add anything you want. But because of time, I'll say name. Okay, name. Then I'll come here and say um um okay, name, text input. I'll leave it as text input. Okay, I'll add attribute. Attribute is how you want this to behave. I'll say required file. I want that you must type your name. So nobody can fill this form without them typing their name. I'll add another element. Here, I'll say email, email, email. I'll leave it at text input. Add attribute and make it a required field. I'll make it a required field. Then I'll add the final element as CV. Okay. And in the element type, I'll say it is a file. So I want people to be able to upload a file. Add attributes. So here I'm going to add two attributes, but I'll start with the required field first, and then I'll add attributes again and say accepted file. So I want the only specific kind of file to be accepted. And in here, I'll type dot PDF. Dot PDF. Are you with me? Are you with me, guys? Are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me, guys? Are you with me, or should I be going home? Okay, so let's continue. You are with me. Fantastic. That's more like it. So we've set up the form submission. Now the next thing for us now to do is to um, execute step. So let's execute the step and see what will happen. I'll click on execute step, and now it's going to ask me to fill a form. So here I'm going to type my name, that's Suleiman. Then my email, I'm going to put my email. Then for my CV, I'll choose file. So I'll just upload my CV. Okay, I'll upload my CV and click submit. And once I click on submit, you can see says form submitted, right? It says form submitted. So form submitted. Now I will now close this since the form has been submitted. I'll close this, okay, and then I'll move to the next thing. I'll move to the next thing. You can see this is my trigger here. Are you with me, guys? This is my trigger. So now that I have my trigger, I want two things to happen after this trigger. And let me show you. This is what we want to build eventually. Okay, no, here, let me show you here. So this is what I want to achieve eventually. We're building it from scratch. Okay, let me zoom out so you can see it. So we want two things to happen. After people fill the form, you upload, the automation uploads their form to a Google Drive. So I can still go back to their CV if I want to. Okay, I can still go back if I want to. And then anything extracts some information from the CV. Okay, so how do I do that? So I'll click on this plus sign and say drive, store it in Google Drive for me. I'll click on Google Drive and I'll click on upload file. So the CV that they submit, which is on the left hand side, you can see input is on the left hand side, output is on the right hand side. What you are setting up is in the middle. That is how anything works. Okay, so here the input data field name would be CV. Okay, whatever the name of the file you upload is what you put here. So whatever you called what they should upload is what you put here. So if you want them to upload their birth certificate, you write birth certificate here. Okay, so now we have file name. Anything is asking, how do you want to name the file that they upload? So now, because I want to be able to track both their file name and when they actually uploaded it, I will just come and copy this You see, I've come to this document now. Okay, you can see. I'll copy this first line. I'll highlight it and copy. Control C. Okay, and what it simply says is that it will tell me the year, the month, and the day that the form was, sorry, the CV was uploaded, and it also put the CV name. So I'll just come here, click on expression, and I will paste Control V. And once I paste it, you see that it will now give me a sample based on the CV that I have already uploaded in the form that I filled earlier. You can see, what does it say? 2026-07-08, which is today's date, Muhammad CV. So anybody who fills their CV like this is going to name it like that. Okay. Now that I have this, where do I want it to put? Where do I want to put it? I want it to be in my drive. Okay. In my drive. And I can go to my Google Drive. Okay. And create a new folder for it. Let me create a new folder so that you see how it works. It is not magic. It's simply simple, a simple thing. I can say new applications for data analysts. Okay, new applications for data analysts, CVs. I'll say CVs, create. Now, once I create this, okay, now that I have this, you can see it here. Okay, now that I have it, let me open it down so that you see. You can see nothing is inside now. Can you see new applications for data analyst CV? Nothing is inside now. Watch. I'll now come here. Now that I've set my drive, I said which folder. I'll click here and it will load up all the folder that I have. And now you can see new applicant for data analyst CV here. I'll now click on it. Put it in that folder for me. So it will not automatically appear. Here under credentials, you'd have to, if you don't have any credentials, you click on create new credential, okay, and you click on sign in with Google. So you need to sign in with Google, just your normal sign in, and once you're done signing in, you would have it and you're good to go. Now that I've done that, I'll click on execute step, and if all is well and good, it should say executed successfully. And if I now go to that same folder, I should find my CV there. Can you see that? Can you see that? Clap for me, guys. Clap for me. So we are not done. Okay. So now let me put this one up here. Now I still want something else to happen. So I'll put my cursor here and drag a thread out and say, look, I still want you to do something simultaneously. And I want you to extract the content of a file. Extract the content of a file. So I'll click on extract from file. Now, anything's going to ask me what kind of file do you want to extract from? I'll say extract from PDF. Now, extract from PDF. Extract from PDF. Now, what is the name? What is the name of the what you want to, the name of the input binary containing the file to be extracted? What is it? It is CV. Okay, it is CV. All right, it is CV. So now that I have that, okay, that is it. I'll execute step, and you can see that it has looked at the CV and it has extracted everything from the CV, the PDF format version, the language, all that is inside, and most importantly, at the bottom, the text, all the text inside of it. You can see first name, last name, phone number, Gmail, LinkedIn, professional summary, accomplished data scientist, analyst, and so on. And you can see dot dot dot, means there's still much there. So that text itself is what I need. Okay, so now that it has extracted it, the next thing is to now call out an information extractor. Okay, so let me come back here and show you where we're headed. You can see we've done this now. We're now going to information extractor. Now, this information extractor, what it does is it makes sense of the text that this one has extracted first. You know, they said data. is information that makes no sense, while information is data that makes sense. Back in primary school, if you went to the kind of primary school I went to, they say information is processed data. So this one extracts the data, this one processes the data. Am I making sense, guys? So this information extractor will process the data for us. So how do we go about it? So I'll come here and click on the plus and say information extractor. Now, you can see on the left-hand side, the last thing we outputted was what is on the input now for this. So the information extractor is saying, what text do you want me to make sense of? I'll say, I want you to make sense of this text. Of course, I'm not going to copy this and paste it here. I would put my mouse on this text where text is written here, click down, hold it and drag it as if I'm dragging somebody on Twitter, and then drop it inside this text box. Now you see that once you drop it, it automatically sees the content in the CV. Can you see that? Can we all see that? It automatically sees the content inside of the CV. Okay, it automatically sees the content inside of the CV. Now, it's saying schema type. Schema type, I'll say define using JSON schema. Define using JSON schema. Now, when you say define using JSON schema, it allows you to group the information. So I can extract the name, the phone number, the location, the skills, the certificate, if they have anything that is there, I can extract. How will I know what I'll type inside of this place where I'm seeing something that looks like code? Because me, I don't like code. I don't know about you, but I do not like code. So what I'll do is I'll now make use of this resource. So this resource will come along with the video, like I said. So if you've not filled out the attendance form, ensure to fill it out now. Okay, it is not too late. Fill it out now and type done in the chat. So I'll copy this second one. You can see I've demarcated it. So at every point, you would always know which one to come and copy. Now, let me explain what this does. What this does is it will extract my telephone, or let me say not my telephone, the telephone of the applicant, the location, the title, the skills, the work history, the certification, and education. It will extract all of those. Okay, so I'll now come here, click inside here, Control A, Control V, and that is all. Okay, Control A, Control V. Now, if you look down here, you see add model. So an information extractor needs a brain to work, and that's what this add model means. It needs a brain. Now, this brain, we are going to use maybe ChatGPT or Gemini. We'll use either ChatGPT or Gemini to process it. Okay, so I'll click on model. Okay, I'll click on model. As you can see, this won't work until I add a brain, which is the model, and say Gemini. So let me add Gemini. So I'll click Google Gemini chat model. And again, if you don't have a credential, just click on here and create new credential. Click on create new credential, and you will be able to get your credentials for Google Gemini. You just need to sign in, or you can simply go online. If you want an API, just say Google Gemini API key. Google Gemini API key. Okay, and click on get your Google Gemini API key, and okay, not this. Hold on. Okay, yeah, click on get started. Yes, get started, and you should be able to get your API key. Hold on, let me show you how to get your API key. Yeah, Google AI Studio API key. So I think you should be able to find it here. Yes. So the second result is what you want to click on. This particular link. Okay, this particular link. Let me put it in the chat for you, so you don't have to. Let me put it in the chat box of this meeting, so that you don't have to look for it too much. So that is it. That is the link you want to click on. So please keep that link dearly. All right. So when you're here, you just click on create API key, okay, and it automatically create an API key for just click create key, and you copy that API key. Whatever it gives you, you copy it, and then you come back here, okay, you click on this, click create credentials, and you paste the API key here. You paste the API key here. You can also type this link the way it is as you're seeing it on my screen once you are here. Once you've done that, you should be all well and good. You should be all well and good. So I have set my Google Gemini chat model. Okay, as you can see, let me move this up a little bit. All right, so you can see the Google Gemini chat model. Now, the next thing now is to create my CV scorer. Now, this is the AI that will give the CV to actually assess the CV content and give my score. Okay, this CV scorer would assess what is inside that CV and score the CV on a scale of 1 to 100. So now we want to create this for a data analyst job application. So what I'm going to do is I already have in this document, I already have you can see data analyst job description. So you can get the job description from here. That's the next thing we'll copy, but I'll not copy it yet. Let us first come here and create the CV scorer. Now, there is no CV scorer in N8N, but what you use to build your CV scorer is what you call basic LLM, basic large language model. Okay, basic LLM chain. Now, once I click on that, okay, it's like as if I'm creating my own chat GPT for this purpose, especially. So what I'm going to do is, um, what I'm going to do is, I'll click on this and I'll say define below, define below. Okay, define below. I'm not going to collect chat trigger because I don't want the basic LLM to use the form response. I want you to use um, a defined instruction. So what is the prompt I am going to give it? Okay, what is the prompt I am going to give it? Or okay, here I'm going to actually put it on prompts. So I'm going to put it on prompt user message. Okay, prompt user message. Okay, so hold on. Um, okay, can we still hear me? Can we still hear me? Can we hear me? Okay. All right. So hold on. Give me a minute and we'll be back. 1 minute. Okay. So fantastic, fantastic. So let me share my screen one more time. If you've not filled out the attendance form, this is a unique opportunity for you to fill it out. This is a unique opportunity for you to fill it out. Now, confirm if you can see my screen again. So, ensure to fill it out, okay? Please let me know if you can still hear me. Let me know if you can still hear me. Okay, so um I'm sharing my screen one more time. Hold on. So you should be able to see my screen. Should be able to see my screen now. Okay. Can you see my screen again? Can you see my screen again? Good. So what you want to do is when you are here, remember this is where we are. Let me show you where we are. We are in the basic LLM chain. So you double click on it, okay? And you want to say define below. We've already clicked on define below. Now what are we going to put here? Two things, or okay, not maybe not just two things, but two major things. Okay. First, the job description. The job description. So I'm going to call. So if you have any specific job description you want to analyze, you go and look for it, and you can use it to your own advantage too. You can create it for your own self to fine tune your CV. So it will tell you your CV score before you apply to the job. So that will help you know where exactly you should improve so that you can ace the job interview. So I'll paste that. Okay, now hit enter, enter, enter to give you a little bit of space. Then I now want to, on this place where I have the input side, I want to click on the drop down. Okay, the information extractor has not yet extracted. Okay, let me execute previous node so that I can see the information like my telephone, the skills, and all of that because I'll need to drag all of them in here. So let's execute that previous node. So if everything is all well and good, it should execute successfully and I'll now see my information here. So let's wait for it to execute. So it is executing. Okay, so problem in node basically a model subnode must be connected. All right, so it's telling me that I need to first add a brain here before it can do anything. Before it can do anything, I need to add a brain here. But would I do that? But more importantly, on the left hand side, I now have what I need to slot in here. Can you see? I have education. Can you see that? I have work history. I have skill. I have title. I have location. I have telephone. I have everything that I need. So, what do I need to determine whether or not a candidate is right for the job? I need their skills. So I'll drag skills and drop it here. Okay. I need their work history. So I'll drag, and the reason I'm dragging this item instead of copying this and pasting here is because I intend to use this for not just one candidate, but 1,000 candidates. So it is the skill to track, not necessarily the content. So when it is the item it to track, not the content. So when it tracks the item, whatever content is there is what it will now use. So I'll put work history also. I'll put it right underneath. Okay, let me press enter so that I can go create more lines to add more. So you can add whatever you want to add. So I've added skill, work history. What else? Education. Should I add education? Most hiring managers do not need your education to know whether or not they need to hire you. Your work history and your skills will speak enough volume. All right. So once I have all of this, um, once I have this, I now need to connect a model. Now, remember, what did I say a model is again? Let me see those who are following me. What did I say a model is again? Remind me. Type it in the chat. Who can remind me? What did I say a model is? Let me see if anyone remembers. Exactly. Omo former Victor. Fantastic. Brain. It's a brain. So we need to give this basic LLM a brain. I can even rename my basic LLM to CV Scorer because that's exactly what I want it to do. I want it to look at the CV and look at the job description and score the CV. And I can also say require specific output format. Why am I going to toggle this on? Because I want it to give me the result in a specific format. So I'm going to say require specific format. Okay, so now I'm just going to close this, and because model, I already have a model here, I don't need to create another one. I'll just connect this one to the existing model. Now I need an output parser. So this output parser is telling me how do you want the CV score to look like, and this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use the next thing here in this documentation. Okay. Before that, I have this prompt. Okay, this is how I want the model to behave. Okay, you are the hiring manager. Match the candidate details to the job description and score on a scale of 1 to 100 how well the CV matches. Give a brief recommendation on whether or not you will interview the candidate. So let me copy this and I'll show you where to put it. So you come and put it inside of the CV scorer. Okay. So you click on add a prompt, add prompts. Okay. Um, system prompts, and I'll paste that prompt here. So this is how this CV scorer will behave. So we have told it how to behave. Now the next thing is to now add the output parser, which is the format I want it to be. Okay, it should give me the score and a brief recommendation whether or not it will interview the person. So once I have clicked on that, all I need to do is to come back here and copy this next thing. I'll copy this next one, and that's the last thing we're going to be copying and pasting in this workflow. So copy and come back here and paste it here. So whatever is here, I'll delete it and Control V to paste. Once I've pasted it, that is it. I close this and um I close this and I can move to the next thing. Now the next thing I want you to do is this. I want it to now put some certain information, including the CV score, in a Google Sheet. So I want the name of the candidate. I can put the skill, maybe name, skills, and the CV score. All right, name, skill, and CV score. I want that as people are applying, I am seeing it in a sheet, in a Google Sheet. Okay. So what I need to do first is to open a new tab, create the Google Sheet where I want it to fall into. So I'll click on this Google Apps drawer here. I'll look for sheets and create the sheets. Okay. How do I create the sheets? I would name the sheet and also put in the columns that I need. I'll click on blank spreadsheet and I'll name it as, what should I name it as? Let me name it as, let's call it interview decision sheet. Interview decision, interview decision. Okay, data analyst. Because I'll be hiring for so many roles. Okay, I'll be hiring for so many roles. So let's use this one for data analyst. I need the name. Okay. What else do I need? Email. Email. Okay. Let's say phone number so that I don't need to open their CV before I can call them. Then their skill. I don't want to open their CV to see their skill. Then the CV score. Okay. This is enough. All right. It is good for you to create the columns so that by the time you are now in anything, those columns automatically appear. So here I'll click on the plus sign and add Google Sheets. I'll type Sheets. I'll click on Google Sheets and I'll say append row in Sheets. Append row in Sheets means fill a row in the sheets. Okay, fill a row in the sheets. Now, again, you sign in. Okay, you have to authenticate, create your Google authentication. If you don't have this, just click on create new credentials and you see the sign button, you just sign in and you're good to go. Now I'll leave everything append. I'll come here, document. What document? I'll click on choose and it will load up all the Google sheet that I have. You see that one that says interview decision sheet now. It will appear here because my Google is connected. So let's wait for it. If you filled out the form, tap down on the chat so I know you filled out the form. Okay, so can you see interview decision data analyst? Can you see that now, guys? Okay, so you see every single sheet you have created. So this is the interview decision data analyst. I'll click on that. and say choose which sheet I want to put it. Okay, of course, sheet one, that's the first sheet inside of that. Now it's going to look at that sheet and detect any columns that I have previously created. And you can see I have that same name, email, phone number, skill, and CV score. So all I need to do now is to now start from this CV score on the left. I'll now start dragging. So you say no field node executed, but no item was sent on this branch. So, okay, let's do this first because all the item that we've gotten from this information, okay, from information on CV scorer, we need to put them here. So I have name. I think name, I can get it from the form submission. So let's drag name and put it here. Email, I can also get it from there. I'll put email there. Phone number, I can get it from information extractor. So telephone, I'll put it here. Skill, I can get it from the information extractor, but I can't get CV score unless I have run this other node. So let's go back and run that node. Okay. Let's come back to the CV scorer and execute this step. So if everything is good, it is going to give me a CV score for the CV that I have used to fill out this form to test it. So if everything is all on good, it should give me my CV score. It should give me my CV score. So why we are doing this again is that as a HR, okay, you don't need, so if you create, you have to be a HR, by the way. You're an AI automation engineer creating this for your users. You can create it for your own company where you're currently working. You can create it for other businesses. Okay. And it's not just CV recruitment. There are so many other things you can create. Okay. And you can see it has generated something for me. Let's look at the output. Can you see the output? Okay, it says CV score 96 over 100. Okay, recommendation. Can you see the recommendation? Strongly recommend for interview. The candidate is an exceptional fit. So this person now is definitely getting an interview. Okay, so now that I've executed that step, I can now come back to this. I will now see the result on the left. Can you see it here on the left now? So the CV score, in fact, here it has separated the CV scorer, the recommendation and the score. So I can say, okay, here I want the score. So let's see the score. Okay, let's see the score. Then underneath it, let's see the recommendation, because I don't want to have to open their I don't want to open their CV. So once I execute the step, okay, once I execute the step, you see that everything will now appear in that sheet that I created. Can you see the sheet? Can we see? I have name, I have the email, I have the phone number. It's saying error here because there's a plus in front of the number. You can see the actual phone number here. Okay, the skill, then the CV score 96 of 100 recommendation. So in order to make it legible, here's what I'm going to do. I'll click on this and wrap the text. Let me wrap the text. Text wrap, text wrapping. So let's wrap that text. Fantastic. So it's always good to wrap text so that uh yeah, so let's wrap the text. So let me adjust this. Okay, let's close this side. And what else? Let's align text to top. Good. Now I have name, email, the phone number. You can see the phone number here on the formula bar. The skills. Let's wrap skills also. Let's wrap this. Let's wrap this. Okay, fantastic. And then the CV score. So when anybody applies, this is what the HR just needs to come. This is where the HR needs to come to, and they'll be able to see their um decision. So based on what they see here, they can make their decision. They don't need to open the CV anymore. And if they want to open the CV, guess what? They just go to the drive and they'll see the actual CV. Okay? They go to the drive and they see the actual CV. So this is how recruiters are making are making their lives easy because they now have automation engineers that can build this from scratch um, to the end. You can also add a node that will say, send me an email if anybody applies. Let's quickly add that, okay? So let's say Gmail. Okay, so I'll add a Gmail node. Okay, and I'll say send a message. Send a message. All right. And here I'll say operation send. Who should you send it to? Send it to Muhammad at tenalytics.org. That is the person hiring for the role. And yes, I'm hiring for some roles actually. So what's the subject? I'll say, um, tell me the name of the person that applied. So I'll drag the name here, and then he has applied. So it's always going to show the name of the person and type has applied. So Mohammed has applied, for example. That's what it's going to show me. Um, what do I want to be the email type? Text. What do I want the message to be? Just give me the CV score. Okay, I just need the CV score of the person, that's all. So it's going to be CV score, and I'll click on execute step. And if all is well and good, you should execute the step. And if I go and check my actual email, let's go and check my actual email. My phone just beeped now. Okay, I should receive the email here. Where is my email? I should receive my email. Can you see? Mohammed Suleiman has applied. Can you see? Mohammed Suleiman has applied. Okay, let's load up that email. Let's load up the email. All right, you can see. So once anybody applies, you see the person has applied, you see their score, and you can decide whether or not you want to um interview them. So that is how to do it. Now we are not done. One last thing. Once you are done with your workflow, you need to publish. Okay. You need to publish because this form, okay, let's go to the form back. When you go to the form, you see that you are on test URL. So this is the production URL, the one you actually send to your clients that, okay, this is what you send to applicants to fill. Okay. So, and I can send it to you guys also to fill. Let me copy it. Let me copy the production URL. Okay, but I need to publish it. So I'll click on publish. Publish. Got it. So I don't need all this. I'll just leave all of that. So I can now give the tests. I mean the URL to whomever I want. Okay. Can give the URL to whomever I want. Okay. Okay. This is the chat message. Control V. So you can apply, submit your CV, and let's see your score. Okay. So while you are doing that, okay, let's make some progress on the slide. Let's make some real progress on the slide. Guys, did you learn something amazing today? Did you learn something amazing today? Because um getting and breaking into the tech space, is not all about talk. You see that workflow that I did now? I will then create, in fact, this video, I would cut that aspect and paste it on LinkedIn so that people can see what I have built. So when you create your own, please do a demo video of how it works. Okay, test it the way I have, and tag Tenalytics business. So now we are in the second half of 2026 and things have changed. Okay. Now you need expertise over just an ordinary certificate. You need to show workings. You need to show workings. And regardless of whether you're a teacher, banker, receptionist, whatever you currently are, you can transition into becoming an AI automation engineer. And this program that we run analytics business is not just giving you pre-recorded videos and asking you to go suit yourself, no mentorship and all of that, just give you a generic PDF certificate when you are done. No, this is not that kind of course. Here would give you standard mentorship. Like we gave Pavel. Pavel was a teacher. He joined our program, attended weekend classes, also made use of our pre-recorded materials, attended mentorship sessions. We helped him work on his CV. We prepared him for the interview, and he was able to get a job. This was a teacher back in Cameroon. Okay. All right. This is a teacher back in Cameroon. Okay. I think I'm going back. This is Bukola. Bukola had no prior experience before joining us, and she was able to move to becoming a business analyst joining our program. All right. So same for Ene. Ene joined us, and now she's working as a remote data scientist. Okay. Judith used to work as a carer. Okay. If you know um what a carer is. If you're familiar with the care jobs in the UK, you'd understand what I'm talking about. It's not the nicest of jobs, taking care of old people and stuff. She joined our program and she was able to get her first job. Okay, so here you get 8 weeks of training. First 6 weeks, you would undergo rigorous learning every weekend. You'd also have extra materials to solidify your knowledge. You'd have mentorship, you do a capstone project, would help you revamp your CV, okay, and show you how to tailor it to specific jobs. Then would also give you LinkedIn optimization, upper profile setup, interview preparation, job reference letters. In fact, we write job reference letters for our students upon request. Okay, on the job support, you get access to alumni community, and the certificate you go home with is ACTD and CPD accredited. Okay, so anywhere in the world where you present the certificate, you are good to go. Now, big question to you is, will you let this opportunity slip tonight? Because I'm about to make you an offer, okay? On next cohort starts on the 8th of August. Okay, our next cohort starts on the 8th of August. All right. Um, and if you want early access to the program, even before 8, where you start watching your videos, even before the live classes start, and you want to start watching your videos, you want to start attending mentorship sessions before the 8th of August, you can start immediately. Now, how many of you are ready? Give me a thumbs up if you are ready. You want to get into this, you want to start building automation, and so on and so forth. Um, let me know. Let me know. Again, if you want the recording of this session and you have not filled out the attendance form, do all to fill it out. It's still in the chat. Click on the link. Can you do a demo on how to cut it to LinkedIn? Adamu Jibril. Adamu Jibril, aren't you already in class? I think you're already in class now. Okay, so just reach out to me via your group and let's talk. I think you are already a student. Adamu Jibril, if I'm correct. So let me know if I'm wrong, okay? But your name sounds very familiar. I think we've even spoken before. So you can reach out to me. You have my contact. Reach out to me and let's talk about that. Okay? So okay, yeah. So who wants to do this? Who is ready to do this? Let me see your thumbs up. Let me see your thumbs up. You want to get started, you know, you want to get started with building automation. You want to be able to build solutions for businesses where you can get paid very well. Um, give me a thumbs up. All right, fantastic. So for you to get started, all you need to do is to visit our website. Okay, all you need to do is to visit our website, and there are fantastic payment plans that you can explore. Okay, if you want to be able to register and get started, tonight. Okay, if you want to be able to register and get started tonight. So instead of paying 980,000 naira, which is actually what everything we're offering was, you can decide to either pay 150,000 naira or 120,000 naira, depending on the payment plan you choose. Okay, if you want to go for 3 installments, then your total amount will be 150,000. You can break it into 3 parts. 50,000 to get started, which means with 50,000 right now, you can get access to our LMS and start watching your videos and creating your project even before the program officially starts. You'd also get access to our mentorship session immediately. In fact, you'll be categorized as you've already started. Okay, so that by August 8th, you are not just talking about getting started, you've already built 1 or 2 projects. So let me show you how. And those of you who want a one-time payment, okay, you can pay 120,000 naira to get started. Okay, so let me show you what that is. So one of my colleagues would put the links in the chat box now. Okay, programs.10analyticsbusiness.ca. Programs.10analyticsbusiness.ca. Let me type it in the chat for you so that you can click on it and follow along with me. Programs.10analyticsbusiness.ca. All right. So that is the link in the chat. So once you click on it, it will bring you to this page that you can see on my screen. It will bring you to this page that you can see on my screen. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? So you visit programs.analyticsbusiness.ca and you should be able to, you see what I am displaying on my screen right now. So what can you see on my screen? Can you see learn AI skills that can change your career in just 8 weekends? Okay, fantastic. So once you are here, what you need to do, okay, what you need to do is you scroll down and click on view programs. So view programs. Now you can see what programs, you can see all the programs that we have. Okay, and then even if you are confused on which one to go for, okay, let's say you've been contemplating AI automation, but you now saw another one that caught your attention. Just go for anyone for now, and you can speak with me one on one, and we'll help you make that switch, would help you make the change. Okay, so this is AI automation here. Okay, if I want to see the curriculum and all of that, I can click on view programs. Okay, and that would allow me to see the curriculum for that particular course. All right. If you want to go right ahead and secure a spot, you click on enroll now. Okay, but let's just wait for this to load so that you can see that. All right. As you can see, you have AI automation engineering. You can see the curriculum. You can go through the curriculum and so on. You see everything that you've been learning. Then you can now click on enroll now. Once you click on enroll now, it's going to ask you to create your account. Now, all you need to do is to either enter in your details and create your own secret password and then click create account, or you click on sign up with Google. Now, once you've done that, okay, because I already have an account, I'll click on sign in. Okay, I already have an account, so I'm going to just sign in. So once you do it, it will then bring you to the next page where you can now continue to securing your sports. Now, on this page, you can select when exactly you want to get started. So here, you scroll down, click on choose your payment plan, and here you can choose the cohort you want to start. You want to start in August or in September. So it's up to you to choose when exactly you want to start. And then you can choose whether you want the full payment, you want to make the full payment, or you want to go for the 50,000 naira installment. You just click on the one you want and click on pay at the bottom. Now, once you do that, it's going to redirect you to it's going to redirect you to um your unique checkout page. Now, on the checkout page, you will see your unique account details where you are going to make the transfer to. Once you make the transfer, it automatically redirects you to your LMS. Okay, as you can see on my page now, this is my own. Okay, so you have to do this process so that you can generate your own unique account details for checkout. Now, once you've made the transfer of the amount on top to the designated account details, okay, ensure you see the analytics data at the top left, okay, um, to confirm that you are good to go. All right. Now, once you've done that, okay, your it will redirect you to your dashboard. Okay, let me show you your dashboard, how your dashboard would look like. It's going to redirect you to your learner's dashboard. This is how your dashboard will look like. This is how your dashboard will look like. Okay, this is how your dashboard will look like. So it will just redirect you here, and you are good to go. Okay, you can start watching your videos and all of that. You know, you'll be able to start watching your videos. As you can see, this is your learner's dashboard. You know, you can start watching your videos. You see all other of your colleagues that are there on the left hand side. So all you need to pretty much do is once you land yourself here, just watch this video guide. It will tell you where next to go to start watching your videos. But just to show you, this on the left hand panel, if you click on lesson videos, it will take you to your programs and you can start watching your videos immediately. It is intuitive. Okay, so once you have done all of that, you then need to send me a DM. Send me a DM. In fact, if you need anything now, just send me a DM. Once you've made payment, send me a DM 0703 215 8619. 0703 215 8619. I'll call it out again. 0703 215 8619. You send me a DM. Let's have a chat. Let's know exactly what you want, what problem you want to solve. Let's see if we can help you build that. And we can also empower you to build yourself. And we can make it move from there. Okay. So I'll be leaving the floor open for questions. Questions. Um, question time. Who wants to ask me any questions? You can use the raise hand icon and I will take your questions, or you can type your questions in the chat. I would answer your questions and then we can start to call it a night. Any questions? You can use the raise hand icon like this. Just click on the three dots at the bottom and then click on the raise hand icon at the top, and that will raise your hand for you. So once you raise your hand, I'll call you and I'm going to allow you to unmute. So you'll be able to unmute your mic and speak to me, and then we can talk, okay? So who has a question? Who has me some questions? If you don't have questions, I have questions. Oh, should I ask my question? My question is, why haven't you registered? Because quite a number of people have already registered. Unmute and speak, please. If you want to speak, just unmute and go ahead. Okay. So it seems I do not have any questions. Um, But if you feel any question comes up and you want to speak with me, there are two ways you can actually speak with me. So it's either you send me a DM on my phone line, or you can book a clarity session using the link Deborah just posted in the chat. You see a link below. Okay, you click on that link, you book a free clarity session, and you will meet myself and my team member, and we can have a chat. Okay, Lawrence, your hand is up. You want to ask a question?
Yeah, hello, good evening, everybody.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Mohammed. It's been an impactful session. I actually really enjoyed it, and to see that we can do quite a whole lot with just a single automation. My question is because I think at some point I missed, but I don't know if that was covered. My
Okay.
question is away from this CV automation like this, right? This automation that can help in recruitment. Are there other aspects that can help in the HR? Apart from this, are there other aspects of this course that can help HR? The data analysis part of it. Are there other aspects of it? Because I am a human resource practitioner, so
Yeah.
I'm asking based on my field and career. I'm asking, are there other
Yeah.
fields within what you do that are beneficial to HR? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So AI automation is one of it rather. And what we build today is like a tip of the iceberg. We can expand on what we build today. You can even say, okay, you see that sheet where we stopped. We can use it as a trigger for another automation and say, okay, when you toggle a candidate on that sheet as invite for interview, another workflow gets triggered and it will send an email to confirm availability for specific time for the interview of the candidate. Once the candidate responds that they will be available, the meeting gets automatically scheduled on your calendar and on the hiring manager's calendar. And the whole thing is automated end to end. All right. Then beyond that, you also have data analytics. Okay. And what I usually recommend for anyone in HR is to go for the AI automation and also the AI in data analytics. In fact, we have HR analytics under data analytics. So you do both. Okay. So you do both because you're going to use same tools, Excel, Power BI. You learn how to use some AI data analytics tools like um, Wix AI, Zebra AI, and all of that. So all conjoined, you'd see that you'll now be highly, highly empowered, not just within your own organization, because a lot of people look at HR as an ordinary admin. What is HR even doing? I can do their job. That's what most people say underneath. They may not tell you, but they say it, right? But you want to be more than just HR. You want to be an IT person. You want to be solution driven. You want to be the next gen HR professional. So, and not just that, you can also build your own AI agency. And that's why I'm also recommending AI automation. Even though I've said, just go for AI for data analytics. So you can start with anyone. Start with automation, and then afterwards you go for the AI data analytics, or you do them vice versa. Any which way, you are able to build your own AI agency such that you are not just a one man, you are a company, you are a consultant, and you get contracted solutions to be built for organizations. And trust me, this is where people are going into now. It's never been easier to get into entrepreneurship with this kind of skill sets that you'll be building. So I hope that helps. So AI automation and AI data analytics for you, Lawrence. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, are you one of the people who already registered? Because quite a number of people have registered. So, just to confirm, are you one of them?
Say that again, please.
So I'm asking if you're one of the people that had already registered, because I've seen a number of people that have already registered. So, wanted to confirm if you're one of them.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a potential, so I'll private chat to you.
Okay, great, fantastic. I'll be expecting your DM then.
Yes,
All right. All right. So who else has me a question? All right. So I want to assume no more questions. So thank you very much everyone for taking our time to be here tonight. I hope you learned one or two things. Um I would want you to create your Omofuma, you waited to the last moment. Okay. All right. So go ahead. Go ahead with your question. And get ready to also give the vote of thanks so that we just close from there. I'm just kidding. Just ask a question, okay? You can unmute and ask your question. I can see your hand is up. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I can't hear Omofoma. Probably Omofoma raised her hand um inadvertently. All right. So we'll start to call it a night, okay? And once again, it's been a pleasure being here. I always enjoy sharing my expertise. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn. Okay. You can also go through my LinkedIn page, see what I've been building. And if there's anything you think you want to learn, just get into my DM and let's get you started and forward. Cheers, guys. Have a wonderful evening. So again, for those of you who want to send me a DM, 0703 215 8619. Please WhatsApp DM and then from there we can start having conversations. Cheers.